All right, class. Now for today's topic, we'll be looking at rhyme in Jamb use of English. In Jamb use of English, we'll be looking at an important topic known as rhyme. Now, what do you refer to as rhyme? Or how well do you understand the concept of rhyme? I'm going to explain to you just very quickly. Now, what is rhyme? Rhyme refers to the sameness of sound between two or more words. Okay, so now when you talk about rhymes, you're simply saying that two or more words depict the same sound. They depict exact sounds. And what do we pay attention to? We don't pay attention to the letterings. We rather pay attention to the sounds to which those two words depict. So here you have that rhyme refers to the sameness of sound between two or more words. So the key word or key phrase here is the sameness of sound. Is that taken? That's what rhyme depicts. Now this is under the aspect of sound when you talk about rhyme. If you move to the aspect of English grammar, you'll be paying attention to homophones, which is a similar concept to rhymes. Homophone tells you that two words can have different spellings, all right? Then they would depict exactly the same sound. But here, on the sound system or oral English, rhyme depicts the fact that you would have two or more words that project the same sound. So let's continue. Usually for rhyme, the attention is not on the spellings, not the orthograph. The attention basically is on the sound system of the word, the sound to which the word carries. So rhyme, okay, relates to the sound other than its spellings. Can you see that? So rhyme relates to the sound other than its spellings. So that means that when you talk about rhyme, you pay more attention, you pay more focus to the sound system of that word, and you pay less attention to what is known as the spellings. So you disregard the spellings, you disregard the letterings of that word. You pay more attention to the sound that the word depicts. I hope that is clear to you. Now, there are methods that you need to observe when you have to answer questions on rhyme. There are methods that you need to observe as a student, and what are those methods? Now, I'm going to review that to you now. Let's take a look. Now, look at the methods. The first method. For a monosyllabic word, now talk to me, class. What's a monosyllabic word? It is basically one word that contains just one syllable. A word that contains just one syllable. Now, for a monosyllabic word, you pay attention to the presence of the vowel. So you use the vowel to determine if there is a rhyme or not. So when you have two words, for instance, and they project exactly the same vowel sound, therefore, those two words rhymes exactly. But if they project two different sound or two different vowels, it means that they do not rhyme. I hope that is clear to you now, class. So method one, the first method is for a monosyllabic word, okay, concentrate on the present of the vowel. Concentrate on the presence of the vowel. So you concentrate on the presence of the vowel. Now, the reason I ask you to concentrate on the presence of the vowel is the vowel must be the same. The vowel must be what? Must be the same. It must be able to depict the same vowel sound. It can be monophthong, it can be diphthong, all right? In as much as they are the same vowel sound. That's what justifies it. Then let's look at method 2. Method 2, for instance. Now for a bisyllabic word, and what is a bisyllabic word? Now a bisyllabic word simply means one word, all right, that contains 2 syllables. That's a bisyllabic word. If one word contains 2 syllables, that's a bisyllabic word. Now, when you talk about rhyme, how do you identify a rhyme in a bisyllabic word? That's the most important question. Now, what you do here is you consider the vowel present in the word and its last syllable. So you consider the vowel of the word and the last syllable. Those are the things that you pay attention to for a bisyllabic word, meaning a word that contains 2 syllables. So you consider the vowel of that word and the last syllable. So what do you have? Concentrate on the vowel and the last syllable of the word. So you concentrate on the vowel and the last syllable of the word. So that's what you do. Now I'm going to give you an example to justify what I've explained so far about rhymes. I'm going to give you examples to justify that. Take a look at these 2 words, okay? Take a look at this as an example. So if you have e.g., you have okay, and you have another word. All right, so look at these 2 words. Now let me ask you a question, class. Do these 2 words rhyme? Do they rhyme? You have S-U-I-T-E and S-U-I-T. Do these 2 words, do they rhyme? Okay, so you can send your response on the comment section. Send your response on the comment section. Let's see. Do these 2 words rhyme? Now, an answer to this question is they do not rhyme. Yes, they do not rhyme. And what makes it not rhyme? I'm going to tell you the reason. Now, the first reason is each word depicts a different what? A different sound. Can you see that now? So you can see that each word depicts a different sound entirely. The first word is pronounced as sweet. 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 I've been able to pronounce this 3 times. All right. So let's alternate the pronunciation of the first word to the second word. The second word is suit. 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 You can see that the first word is pronounced as sweet, all right, with the long E sound, while the second word is suit. Suit, with a long U sound, okay? So in this case, you have the long U sound. What am I trying to explain here? Look at these 2 words. These are monosyllabic words. I hope you understand that, because this contains just 1 syllable and the second word equally contains just a syllable. All right. So I have to pay attention to the presence of the vowel sound. So the vowel sound for the first word, the UI, is the long E sound. And you have suit, suit, suit. Now, if you look at these two words, both of them contain essentially the same letters, which are what? You have S-U-I-T, S-U-I-T, okay? Now, can I tell you this? Both of them do not rhyme. That's to tell you that in identifying a rhyme in a word, you don't pay attention to the letterings. You rather pay attention to the sound. So it is the sound that you concentrate on. And when you're given a monosyllabic word, you really pay attention to the presence of the vowel. Now let's look at the presence of the vowel for the first word. You have the long E sound, the long E sound. Then you have the long U sound for the second word. That's why it is pronounced sweet and suit. Okay, so these two words do not rhyme. The reason is this. Each word, okay, depicts a different sound. So you can say that the first word depicts a different sound from the second word. So that's why I had to give it a wrong signal to show that it does not rhyme. Now let's proceed to the next word. Which word actually rhymes with this first word? Sweet. Okay, so when you have sweet, here is the transcription to justify that. So you have sweet as well. Can you see? So sweet here rhymes with the first word, sweet. And look at their what? Their transcriptions to justify that. So the same way you pronounce this word sweet, that's how you're supposed to pronounce the next word as well. So sweet. Now, let me give you to try this. Look at the first word, C-O-R-P-S, and the second word, C-O-R-P, C-O-R-E rather. So you have C-O-R-P-S and C-O-R-E. So my question to you now is, do these two words rhyme? Do they rhyme? Obviously they do. The reason is, the first word is pronounced as core. The second word is equally pronounced as core. Now, in the first word, the two letters P and S, they are both silent. They are both silent. Do you see that now? So this is pronounced as core. The second word is equally pronounced as core. So if you transcribe, you realize that the presence of the vowel for both words are the same. Yes, the vowel constituent of this first word is equally the vowel constituent of the second word. Now, I picked this word from the regular NYSC. The letter C of NYSC is this word, National Youth Service Corps. All right, so this is core, and it rhymes the same with core here. So both of them rhyme. Now let's look at another word. I'm going to give you another word, EWE and YOU. All right, take a look at these two words. Now, EWE and YOU. My question to you here is, do these two words rhyme? Do they rhyme? The two words, do they rhyme? So try to check. Let's see. Do these two words rhyme? Now, how is the first one pronounced? How is the second word pronounced? So we're trying to see how each of the words are pronounced to identify their rhyme. The first one is pronounced as Jew, Jew, Jew. It is the female part of a sheep. It is the female sheep, while the male part is the ram. So this is pronounced as Jew. The second word is pronounced as Jew as well. Now you can have in sentences such as, would you go with me? Would you mind to attend the party? So both are pronounced as Jew and Jew. I hope that is clear to you now. So even when you transcribe, you have the transcription Jew, and they correspond with the transcription Jew as well. The same way core, you can see core. So what do you observe? you realize that the presence of the vowel in the first word is equally the same vowel in the second word. The presence of the vowel in the first word for Jew is equally the same vowel in the second word for Jew. You can see that both of them rhyme exactly. I hope this is clear to you now. So far, I've been able to tell you what rhyme means and also to give you two important methods on how to identify a rhyme between words. Then, the third aspect, I gave you an example to justify that. Now, I had to give you a drill to attempt, that is by pronunciation. Do these words rhyme? Do these words rhyme? For you to know. So, now, the next thing we're going to do now is I'll pick questions from the UTME past question, and I will illustrate it. I want you to answer them. Is that taken? All right, so please get your notepad, get your lecture notebook, get your pen. We want to take an exercise now. Okay? All right, class. Now, this is a drill which I would like you to attempt, and I believe by now you also have finished this particular drill. Now, let's look at the correction together. What I would like you to do is I would like you to mark this yourself based on the correction. So the first instruction is choose the option that rhymes with the given word. That is, you'll be given a particular word and you're to use the sound of the word to compare the options. That's what you're supposed to do. For instance, you're given this particular word. What you're supposed to do is learn to pronounce the word very well. If you can get the pronunciation, now compare the pronunciation to each of the options. Now, by now, I believe that you should be familiar with this particular word. Sweet, sweet, sweet. That's how it is pronounced. So what are you supposed to do? You can actually depict that there's a long E sound in the vowel. I told you, once you're given a monosyllabic word, your attention should be on the presence of the vowel. So the vowel present here with the UI is the long E sound. So what you do is this. You pronounce each of the options to see if you could pick a particular word that equally depicts the long E sound. Shall we try that together? Now let's see. This is tree, okay? Now the long E sound is present here, so you retain it, okay? This is breath, breath, breath. So you could eliminate that